Welcome back, folks. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're gonna be talking about The Witcher Season 2 main trailer, which came out yesterday. So they finally released some new information about the show, giving us the full trailer and everything to expect from the series. In this video, I will be going through some of my favorite images that I was able to gather from the trailer. Obviously, I'm not gonna be going into spoilers because I know there's people who haven't read the books or anything. They don't know what the lore is going to be about, so I don't want to spoil that experience. So yeah, today I'm going to be going through some of the things we have seen in the trailer. Now, first off, the use of rap music in a Witcher trailer is, I don't know, I'm not a fan. Does it fit in a trailer scenario? Does it hype it up? Yes, definitely. Like, it's a modern trailer, but at the same time, I don't like, using the same blueprint for every single Hollywood trailer. It's just the same every time. There is a blueprint you follow, and it's always some rap music, so it's like, yeah, whatever. But I'm not gonna be worried about that, because obviously that music doesn't go into the show. It's just trailer music at the end of the day. So the first thing I was able to notice from the scenes in the trailer is that the production quality has increased a lot. The shots, the color grading, the overall production quality of costumes and everything around them, it looks much better than it did in the first season, which obviously makes sense, because if the show is successful, if you get good ratings, you're gonna be getting a higher budget for the later season. So as The Witcher becomes more popular in this form of a series, it's going to get a lot more money, so they can obviously spend it on much more epic scenes, etc. Just have a better set design and more quality set design, which is going to, obviously help the show itself. Now, we did see some of our familiar characters I already talked about before, like Geralt, Ciri. We saw Eskel, Lambert in the castle itself. We saw Vesemir. Now, besides that, we also saw some new images from, let's say, Triss. Triss' costume has changed a little bit. We also saw new images from the Nilfgaardians. They finally got rid of that old armor. They're finally getting a proper armor for the Nilfgaardians. And obviously, we did see a shot where Geralt fights one of them. So it's going to be interesting to see like how all of that situation develops further on. Because Cahir in the new costume looks much better. It's eons better than they did look in the first season. It finally looks like a proper show now in the terms of having a proper kingdom in the show. And I'm glad they actually went that way this time. They also introduced some new characters like Francesca, they introduced Nenneke, they also introduced Rins. At the end of the trailer, you can actually see him using fire, to do something, which I'm not going to talk about, but I hope that some of the things are kept original to the books when it comes to Rins. I won't be going again into that, but we're going to see that once the season drops. Nenneke is also here. She's actually a very, very important character when it comes to Geralt of Rivia in the book, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that is going to be portrayed. And obviously seeing Francesca is actually really amazing. She's a strong character that I'm excited to see like how they handle them. Hopefully it's like in the books. Hopefully. Now, we also have the Leshen fight, and we actually got a proper look at how the Leshen is going to look like, or Leshy. She kind of looks here like a matriarch, in my opinion. Like, in like this, it's like almost a dress from these branches. Looks cool. It's not the classic, Leshen as it is in Slavic mythology, but at the same time, I kind of like this look. It's not bad. Hopefully, when it comes to the fight, it's well choreographed, but, when it comes at least to the fighting side in this show, when it comes to just cinematography and everything, they do a masterful job. The fighting scenes themselves and the choreography they use and practice, it's really fun, especially that if you remember that fight from the first season, the introduction fight into the show, it was actually very well done. And we did see for a small second Geralt doing that thing again, fighting, two guys or three people in like one hallway. That tells us that at least on the fighting side, it's gonna be great. There was also Baba Yaga, which appeared for a split second. If you see this house on the chicken legs is actually the house of Baba Yaga, or how they say, I don't know, like some people like they translate it as boogeyman, but yeah, Baba Yaga is basically the witch in the forest, if you want to translate it like that. Now the crones are heavily inspired. The crones are heavily inspired by Baba Yaga. So if you see the crones in the video games, they are actually inspired by Baba Yaga, but not necessarily, they're not them. They're not Baba Yaga, but it seems they're gonna be playing around a lot more with Slavic mythology, and obviously we shall see how that's gonna be introduction to crones and everything else. But nevertheless, I'm excited actually to see this, because this Baba Yaga is actually a very cool thing. We got scared so much. I got scared so much as a kid when they kept telling us these stories about the lady, the witch in the forest. Don't go there, you're gonna be swallowed by a house. That was a thing here. So yeah, a lot of trauma when you grow up as a Slavic boy. but anyway, yeah, my opinion about the show is that obviously we're gonna be seeing the events after the Battle of the Sudden Hill. It's gonna be interesting to see like what Yennefer actually does later on, but again, I'm not gonna be going into that. She is going to have a certain relationship, you know, friendly relationship with Fringilla, you know, because enemy of your enemy is my friend and so on, especially if you're in trouble. So that's gonna be interesting to see. But nevertheless, I know the show has issues. I know the show is Hollywood, you know, it has that Hollywood flair in it, which some people don't like because it's featuring Slavic mythology and you know that. But honestly, you know, so far it's a fun show. At least on that standpoint, they're really trying hard to do something positive with the show, and I'm happy. You know, I'm gonna be watching this. I'm gonna have fun, and especially introducing other, you know, Witcher like Eskil Vesemir. You know, it's gonna be so much fun, especially seeing how Lambert does in his role, because Paul Bullion has been working really hard on the Lambert character. So hopefully that's gonna be done well, but we'll see. Again, I'm a bit worried about Eskil and having Basil Eidenbenz as Eskil, because in my opinion, I think Basil is a little bit too young to play Eskil, and not really that. I mean, the guy is not really that intimidating, let's face it. Even with the scar, he's not that intimidating, but at the same time, again, if the acting is well done, I'm gonna be okay with it. As you know, especially seeing Ciri kind of grew up from that princess mode into full fighter mode, and this season is going to be one of those defining moments for Ciri, when she drops that princess cape and she becomes, you know, that warrior, or in some form a witcher in a sense, because she is going to receive that training. Again, there's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff. Again, Triss has an updated look, looks nicer. But yeah, that's my opinion about it so far. I'm excited. Hopefully the show is good. I mean, trailer is going to be a trailer, but yeah, they're really trying hard with this, like much harder than actually anticipated, because Netflix wants their own, you know, kind of a fantasy medieval show. They know there is a huge gap right now because the you know, Game of Thrones is finished, and the House of Dragon is coming out next year. Am I wrong? But yeah, there's gonna be House of Dragon, obviously, which is going to be somewhat of a competition for this. But I know Netflix is, you know, they're trying so hard to push into the fantasy genre, you know, to just have their IP, which is going to attract people, you know, to their platform, which makes sense. You gotta feed the beast, you know, you gotta feed the beast with constant shows and all of that. So at least they're not cheaping out on this. They're spending a lot of money when it comes to production, and I'm happy for it. They're doing at least when it comes to that cinematic style, they're doing it a huge favor, and I'm glad. You know, seeing Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia again is gonna be cool. At first, I wasn't a fan when they cast him, but after you know, seeing the guy in the show and how he performs, he's good. He's good. And also, you know what? Seeing Joey Beatty as Jaskier is gonna be so much fun. That casting was spot on. Like, I'll fight you for that. Joey Beatty is a really good Jaskier. He knows how to play him. He's funny. He's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, he has a good heart, which is definitely all the traits that Jaskier has. And that casting has been done perfectly when it comes to that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully enjoy this little short analysis. I'm really trying my best to kinda not spoil anything and not spoil, you know, what the show is going to be about, because that wouldn't be fair to people. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Stay classy, everyone. Tell me down below, what do you think about this? What do you think about the season 2? Obviously, I will be reviewing the entire show when it comes out. I will be sharing my thoughts on it, so don't forget to subscribe for more. And yeah, huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. It's a huge help, it's a huge support, and I couldn't be more grateful. So thank you so much, and stay classy. Bye bye.